Welcome to Katimerayoga. Today this yoga talk session will be very useful for those yoga new learner, beginner, or those who are actually planning to learn yoga, as I will be provide some important information about practicing yoga. Even you are a yoga regular practitioner, you might not be aware about all this information. Maybe during that time when you start learning yoga, there's no one told you. So this also a good time for you to learn what are the important points about yoga practice. By learning all this important information, it will not only help you to get prepared before your yoga practice, it also help you to have a correct mindset, also to prevent injury during your yoga practice. So therefore, it's actually very important to get to know all this information before you start your yoga practice. Okay, so number one, the most important about yoga practice is please do not have a full meal before you go for a yoga session. You must give enough time for your food to digest. You want to have a meal before the session. Try to have a light meal. If that day you have a yoga session, try to go for a light meal so that you just need 2 hours for your food to digest before the yoga class. Because if you have a heavy meal, it will take longer time for your food to digest, and you might need 4 hours for your food to be digested before you go for the yoga session. So therefore, I would recommend you go for a light meal if that day you have a yoga session. The reason why is because to help to prevent stomach discomfort, stomach ache or gastric pain. It can also help to prevent gastric reflux problems. Because I myself actually have encountered gastric reflux problems. So therefore, it's actually very important. You must give enough time for your food to digest before you go into yoga practice. And also try not to drink too much water before the yoga class start. You can have a few sips of water if you feel thirsty before the class start. Try not to drink too much water. Just imagine you drink a lot of water just 5 minutes before the yoga class start. You can feel the water is actually moving inside your stomach when it comes to certain posture. And when it comes to certain posture that you get your abdomen being squeezed, you will feel very, very uncomfortable. And maybe halfway through the session, you'll start to feel high tide and need to go to the toilet. So therefore, try not to drink too much water when come to very close to the yoga class. Because I actually have come across students actually drink 1 whole can of water just 5 minutes before the yoga class start, and some is a cold water. So it's actually not good. I will advise not to drink too much water, and also not ice water or cold water. Because cold water will actually contract your muscles, make your muscles more tight. You are actually supposed to warm up the muscles to expand the muscles so that you can stretch your muscles easily and in a way to prevent injury. So if you drink cold water, you're actually contracting your muscles, and you will make it even more stiff. Take longer time to warm up the muscles, the body, and therefore it might also have a higher chance to get yourself injured by overstretch, because the muscles is not being warmed up enough due to the cold drink you had taken just before the class. So also try not to have cold drink, not too much water before the class start. And next yoga, breathing all through your nostril. Because I have come across maybe they have learned some yoga, those gym training. Gym training, the way of breathing technique is different, as the exhale is through the mouth. Okay? But when it comes to yoga, inhale, exhale all through your nostril. Okay? So don't bring your this gym breathing technique into the yoga practice. So inhale, exhale all through the nostril. Okay? When it comes to yoga practice. And thirdly, as you understand, yoga practice is more into yoga stretching. Please stretch according to your own body limit. Okay? Different people have different limitation, okay, in their flexibility. So just stretch according to your own body limit. Okay? You don't have to follow other people, okay? Because another person who actually sit beside you might have a different flexibility as yourself. So you just stretch according to your own body limit. Do not overforce, over push yourself. Just learn to listen to your body. Your body will tell you where is the limit. So don't overstretch yourself. Work with the breath, listen to your body, and stretch according to your own body limit. And fourthly, a lot of people actually have this wrong mindset, thinking that they're actually not suitable to practice yoga because they are not flexible enough, the body is too stiff. For your information, yoga is not meant for people who are flexible. In fact, the more inflexible you are, the more stiff you are, you should learn yoga to help to improve your flexibility, to release your stiffness in the body through this yoga stretch. By stretching the muscles, release the tension, help to improve the flexibility there. As I understand, okay, especially for new learner or those people who plan to learn yoga, they might come across a lot of yoga postures, okay, pictures, and usually those pictures are those quite dynamic yoga postures. Then they will start to think, oh, I cannot perform all this yoga posture. It's only for people who are flexible, therefore I'm actually not suitable to learn yoga. So this is actually a wrong mindset, okay? Because it doesn't matter, okay, whether how flexible you are, as long as you're doing the yoga posture correctly with the correct alignment, getting the correct stretch, you are actually performing a yoga postures already. And also people have the wrong mindset. I can't stretch as much, okay? Therefore I cannot gain as much benefit from the posture. It's also a wrong mindset. It doesn't matter, okay, how much you can stretch, whether you can go into the so-called perfect postures that you can see from all those pictures. It doesn't matter. The amount of benefit you are gaining from the posture is the same. It's just that depend on individual flexibility, how much you can stretch only. So I just take for an example, okay, seated forward bend. Okay, just a very simple example here. Okay, with the seated forward bend, okay, most of the people can see those so-called perfect postures. They can actually reach the toe, the feet, okay, with their hand. Some even can go even more down until the stomach, face, reach the leg. The so-called the perfect posture. So some people thinking, I can't even do this posture, can't even reach my toe, I can only reach until here. So therefore I cannot practice yoga because I can't do the yoga postures. That's for your information. Even this is still a yoga posture called seated forward bend. So regardless how far you can reach, it's still a yoga postures, and you still gaining the same amount of benefit from the yoga postures. The only difference is the flexibility. You can only say that this person is more flexible than this person. Okay, but the amount of benefit you're gaining from the postures is the same, and you are still doing the yoga posture. It's called seated forward bend. So it's actually no difference. The only difference is just the flexibility. As long as you do the postures correctly with the correct alignment, you feel the stretch, you gain the stretch from the postures, you are actually gaining the benefit from the yoga postures already. So this is the correct mindset that you have to highlight to yourself. Take note to yourself. And when it comes to yoga postures, you are actually required to hold at the postures for a certain amount of timing, because you need to hold at the postures a certain amount of timing in order to gain the benefit most out from these yoga postures. And it depends what kind of postures. Some postures you need at least to hold for 30 seconds, or some maybe even lesser. Depend what kind of postures. So therefore, please do not think that the yoga trainer or teacher want to torture you, purposely make you hold at the postures there. That's the reason for making you to hold at the postures there, so that you can gain the benefit out most from this yoga posture. And also, especially those standing yoga postures, it actually help to build up your strength on your leg. So therefore, in fact, the longer you hold at the postures there, the more strength you actually build up on your leg. So initially, you might be find that you actually struggling holding at the postures, let's say for 30 seconds at the standing postures. But as you practice regularly, you will realize that this 30 seconds become very easy, no more struggling. This already is the proof that your strength already built up. Then from there, you can gradually, slowly increase the number of time from 30 seconds maybe to 35 seconds, and slowly, gradually to 40 seconds. As the longer you hold the posture, the more strength you build up. This especially for those people who want to practice yoga with the intention to build up their strength, especially their leg muscle strength. So it's not that the yoga teacher want to torture you. So this is also one information that you have to learn. And another important key information is, while you're holding at the postures there, a lot of people make a common mistake, especially for beginner, new learner, that is, they like to hold their breath. In fact, you cannot say that they purposely hold their breath. They actually forget to breathe. Especially when you face a challenge posture, you tend to forget to breathe. So be more mindful with the breath when it comes to yoga practice. Once you be more mindful with the breath, you will immediately aware that you actually holding your breath while holding at the postures, so that you can quickly remind yourself, remember to breathe. So be more mindful when it comes to yoga practice with your breath, as yoga is work with your breath. So please do not hold your breath while holding the yoga postures, because if you hold the breath, your blood is actually not circulating well, and there actually will be a high chances you can actually overstretch yourself and get yourself injured. So remember to work with the breath. And next, there are some people might have problem, physical problem, or some health condition. Some people maybe have high blood pressure, hypertension, or some people maybe have some physical condition, maybe shoulder problem, arm problem, legs problem, knee problem, back problem, hips problem, neck problem, okay, whatever problem you name it, okay, you may have some physical condition, some problem, please let your yoga teacher know. As maybe you come to certain posture due to your some physical condition, you might have problem to attend this yoga postures, okay? So please let your yoga teacher know, because he or she will be able to help you by modifying, okay, the postures for your need. As yoga postures can be modified, okay, according to your need. You just have to let your yoga teacher know, okay, what is the problem, what are the physical conditions that you have. Then your yoga teacher will help to correct you, modify the postures accordingly, okay, to your need. So in other words, it doesn't restrict you, okay, from practice yoga, even you have all these problems. In fact, some of the yoga posture might actually help to improve your condition. And even though you cannot go for the so-called actual, okay, the actual perfect look of a yoga posture, but by modifying the postures, it helps you to be able to gain, okay, the benefit from the posture and get the muscles being stretched, even though you have this physical condition. So please remember to let your yoga teacher know, especially for those who have like heart problem, okay, or hypertension. Please let your yoga teacher know, as they will advise you how to modify the posture or what yoga posture that you have to avoid. And next is for ladies, especially those who are having a menstruation period, okay, they might be concerned, can they still practice yoga during your menstruation period? Okay, my answer is, it depends, because there are some people actually do feel unwell, okay, during their menstruation period, especially the first few days, the most heavy period. If you really feel unwell, please, okay, try to rest. In fact, actually there are actually some posture, okay, some yoga posture can actually help to ease down your discomfort, okay, during your menstruation period. In fact, I actually have made a video, okay, on this yoga, okay, during your menstruation period, okay. You can actually check it out, okay, what are the yoga posture, okay, you can do, okay, during your menstruation period, which actually in fact can help you, okay, to ease down your discomfort. Okay, so for those who don't really feel unwell, okay, you can still go ahead, okay, for your yoga practice, go for your yoga class. But please take note that during your menstruation period, you might realize your stamina, okay, will drop, okay. You might realize your performance is not as good as what you used to be. So just take it easy, okay, during your menstruation period, okay. Just take it easy. Just accept it, okay, that your stamina, your performance is not there, okay, as usual, okay. Just take it, okay, easy. And there are some postures you also have to avoid, okay, during your menstruation period, okay. Usually it's those inverted postures, okay. For a full inverted postures like headstand, shoulder stand, plow postures, all these postures you have to avoid, okay, during your menstruation period. For those that are not full inverted postures, example like a downward facing dog stretch, okay, you can still, okay, do this posture, but you don't hold at the postures for too long. And there are postures like bridge postures, is even more gender kind of inverted postures. You can still practice, okay, bridge postures. but maybe you can, instead of lift the back too high up, okay, only until just a bit only, or you can actually work in the breath, inhale up, exhale down. Okay, in fact, actually I make a video on this bridge posture with different variation, and I have pointed out what the variation you can go for during your menstruation period. Okay, if you are interested, you can also check it out. Okay, so my answer is you can still practice yoga during your menstruation period. Just take it easy, and if you really feel unwell during your heavy period, just rest. And of course, if you are sick, please rest. Okay, don't force yourself to a yoga class. We are feeling sick, unwell. Okay, for those who actually planning to learn yoga, please get yourself prepared for at least one important thing before you go for the yoga class. That is your yoga mat. Okay, try to get a good quality yoga mat. You don't have to buy those very expensive yoga mat, but at least a mat that help you to feel this stability when your feet is on the mat. In other words, the mat will not stretch when your feet apart on the mat. If the mat stretch together with your feet, then this is a very poor quality yoga mat. Okay? So make sure you have this grounding feeling when your feet is on the mat. Have this stability feeling when your feet is on the mat. Then it will be considered a good yoga mat. Okay? Good enough, at least good enough for you to practice yoga postures on the yoga mat. So other than that, you can also go for yoga prop. Although not necessarily optional, but it depends. Some people maybe due to their body condition, or they have some problem example keeping the spine straight or not flexible enough. Sometimes yoga prop will help you in the postures to stretch to have the support to get the stretch there. So it's optional but I will advise for those who actually do really need it you can actually invest in the yoga prop also. The common yoga prop is like this yoga strap it's actually not very expensive or if you don't want to spend money on like a yoga strap you can actually just get a towel the towel to replace as a yoga strap like some of the postures you can use this yoga strap to help you. Like when bringing up arms back, you cannot hook your fingers, it's just holding the strap. When it comes to cow face postures, or some people are using the strap the whole the feet when they cannot reach. So this is some of the posture that you can actually use this yoga strap to help you, or even yoga block. Yoga block also another common yoga prop that you can use especially for those people who are not so flexible. This prop can be used on quite a lot of postures. Just a simple one that now I'm sitting cross-legged. Some people maybe actually have problems sitting on the mat with the spine straight. They actually can sit on the block to help to lift up the hips so that there's not so much tightness at the hips regions there. Therefore, they can actually sit up upright with the spine straight easily. So these are some of the postures that you can actually make use of all these yoga prop. Of course, there are more than that. There is also yoga bolster, yoga blanket. Some even have there's a knee or elbow pad or this but all this you can actually use towel like for elbow or knee pad you can actually use towel for cushion for the knees, okay? Or maybe can use the mat, okay, to fold the mat, okay, to make it thicker, so the cushion for the knees. So these are just some of the yoga prop, okay, you can use, okay, but at least you must invest in the yoga mat, okay, because the grounding is very important when your feet, okay, is on the yoga mat, especially you're doing the standing, okay, yoga postures. Please do not practice yoga on a tower. Okay, tower is very unstable as it can be shifted. You can't have this grounding stability feeling. So at least must give you this grounding stability feeling, okay, when your feet is on the ground. So at least invest in the yoga mat. Okay, you don't want to invest in any other kind of yoga prop. But for others, okay, as I mentioned, like this yoga block, okay, or this you can get, okay, the cheapest one, okay, you no need to get very expensive yoga block, okay, to help you in your yoga practice. Okay, so now you have learned all this important information, okay, about yoga practice. So now you should be able to have a correct mindset, okay, when it comes to yoga practice, and get yourself, okay, prepared. So let me just give you a quick run through again what are the important points. Firstly, please do not have a full meal before you go for the yoga session. Must give enough time for your food to digest. Okay, for a light meal, at least give for 2 hours time for your food to digest. Also, don't drink too much water just before the class start, and no cold water also. And also, please breathe through your nostril. Okay, yoga practice, inhale, exhale through the nostril. And please do not overstretch yourself when going to any yoga posture. Please stretch according to your own body limit. Okay? Different people, the body flexibility is different. Just go according to your own body limit. Learn to listen to your body and work with the breath. Okay? Yoga stretch is working with the breath, and remember, do not hold your breath. Remember to breathe, okay, while holding at the yoga postures. Work with the breath, and there's a reason why your yoga teacher made you holding at the postures there, because you need to hold at the postures there for a certain amount of timing in order to gain the benefit out from the yoga postures there, also to help you to build up your strength, okay, especially the standing yoga posture, build up the leg muscles strength there. And also for ladies during your menstruation period, okay, it depends, okay, whether you feel well or unwell. If you don't feel well, just rest. And also there are some postures you can actually practice during your menstruation period. Okay, you can actually modify the postures. And also for those people who have some physical condition or health condition, please let your yoga teacher know, as yoga posture can be modified according to your condition. So just have to let your yoga teacher know. A qualified key certified yoga teacher will be able to help you to modify the postures then. And also, please invest at least a good yoga mat. Okay? How good is considered good enough? At least when your feet is standing apart on the yoga mat, you have this grounded and stability feeling. The mat doesn't stretch together with you, and you don't feel sleepy. You have this grounded stability feeling. Then that is good enough, okay, for your yoga practice already. So these are the highlight key, most important information about practicing yoga. And one thing, another important point is, please, not only flexible can practice yoga. People who are more stiff, the more you have to practice yoga, as help to improve flexibility. as the amount of benefit you're gaining from the postures, it doesn't matter whether you can perform the so-called perfect postures. As long as you do the posture correctly with the correct alignment, you're feeling the stretch from the yoga posture, you're already gaining the benefit from the yoga posture, and you are still doing a yoga postures there. So this is a very important correct mindset, okay? You have to know. Okay, so thank you. Hope today you have learned a lot information about yoga practice. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, okay, if you like it. And also subscribe to my channel if you have not, to give me the support. Thank you everyone for your time. I shall see you again in my next video. Namaste.